Mosser Lee Soil Master. It has 40 tests in this one pack. It will 10 test for pH, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. It says accurate and easy to use. So we're going to find out if that's true.
And on the 8th day, God looked down on his planned paradise and said, I need a caretaker. So God made a farmer.
Howdy folks, Darren back with you here at Cross Timbers Farm. Welcome to 8th Day Chronicles. Glad to have you with us today here on the farm. Windy day. Man, I'm telling you what, we had some terrible wind last night here in the mountains of western North Carolina. We're about ready to enter into December, the last couple days of November of 2023. And we had a low this morning of 18 here in the mountains with wind probably blowing 40, 50 miles an hour. It was a brutal morning out this morning, but here we are today. It's warmed up a little bit. We're in the 40s. That feels like a heat wave compared to this morning, but the wind is still just howling. Soil sample day. We're trying something new. We are going to try a DIY soil sample test kit. I'll get into detail a little later on the specific brand that we're using, but I've read mixed results. Some reviews I read said these things work great. They were right in line with the soil sample kits you send to the lab through the extension offices. Then I've heard some people say these things are absolute junk. We're going to try one. If this thing is accurate and it works well, this will be fantastic. We can check our own soil pH and nitrogens and all that type of stuff, phosphorus, right on the spot. If it's junk, well, we'll tell you if it's junk. Test plot extension, that's where we're at. We're going to take a soil sample here. I've got my containers to collect some dirt. We're going to take dirt from about 6 inches deep to do our sample with, 5 to 6 inches, and collect it in a sample jar, and we're going to go from there. Come along with us. Okay folks, we've got the grass pushed away from the sod and got us a place of bare dirt just right on top of the sod. We've got this is my homemade soil sample kit to collect the dirt. Okay, we're going to drill right down in the ground. And our sod dirt should be collecting right up in this tube. This is a 6-inch tube. Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, folks, now we're here in our reclaimed hay field. We have one tube full from our test plot. We got a brand new empty tube here. We're going to chuck in the drill. All right, it's about a 6-inch long tube. We've cleaned us off a place of the sod. There we go. Perfect. Okay, we got about half the tube full, so let's flip it around and go right back down the same hole. Okay. Yeah, if I can pull it out. There we go. Tube full of dirt. Okay, this is a pretty simple process. Okay, as you can see there, we just scratched back the sod till we got down to some topsoil, and just drilled a hole in there and filled our tube full of dirt as it went down. So let's go test it. If these home DIY soil sample test kits work and they're accurate, man, this'll be fantastic. But to be honest with you, I got my doubts. I read so many negative reviews, but I also read some good ones. More negative than good though. But it's worth trying, so we're gonna try it. We've retreated to our shop out of the wind and trying to do these soil samples outside. We have collected our samples in these tubes, and if you're wondering what these tubes are, anybody that's familiar, it's a bow hunter or familiar with archery will know what that is. That is an Easton XX78 aluminum arrow shaft. Chucks up in a drill fantastic and will pull your soil samples 5 to 6 inches deep. But what we're doing is a DIY home soil test kit. Here's the kit we're using. Mosser Lee Soil Master. It has 40 tests in this one pack. It will 10 test for pH, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. We're going to follow these instructions very, very carefully. I bought this at a farm and home store, Tractor Supply, as a matter of fact. I think it was about $18. If you can get 40 accurate tests for 18 bucks, wow. Okay, we're gonna find out if that's true. Right now we're testing for pH. Okay folks, the booklet that comes with this soil test kit's pretty accurate as far as the information in it. It's talking about soil pH here, and it says generally pH values between 5 and 7 provide an ideal balance between microbial activity and nutrient availability. That lines up with everything that I have learned, and it does come with a soil test kit color chart. And as you can see, the Mosser Lee soil test kit color chart. The green is for your pH, nitrogen, red, blue is phosphorus, yellow is potassium. And when you drop the tablet into and your water turns a certain color, it'll tell you where your pH is. This kit comes with your tablets. The kit comes with 4 test vials. Okay, here's the soil sample from our extended test plot. And as you can see, I'm just, any clumps, I'm just crushing it up to get it as fine as possible so it will react better with the test tablet per the instructions. Okay. Now we're going to take our green test tube and we are going to fill this cap with the soil from our test plot. Okay, we have a clean glass of very clean water. All right, the instruction says to fill this up to the 10 milliliter line. Okay, I have a brand new, very clean syringe. We're going to pull the water out of this, transfer it into our test tube. Okay, the instructions say now to add 1, set this somewhere where it will not turn over. Add 1 pH tablet Going to drop the one soil pH tablet in. Okay, now it says to take our green cap full of soil right in. It says at least 10 times, just to keep flipping it up and down. It says to let this sit for at a minimum of 1 minute, or at least until a clear or colored solution is visible above the soil layer. Okay, you can plainly see the soil layer. All right, we're going to set this aside for a few moments. Let me set our sample down so I don't turn it over. The yellow goldish looking color is a pH level of 6. The second one above it here, the kind of pinkish looking color, is a 5. The lime green in this column right here is a 7. Okay, here's our sample. I hope you can see that. Match it to our colors. The closest color that resembles is the yellow, which is a 6. That's pretty good. That's a little better than what I was expecting. We now have the soil sample from our reclaimed hayfield. Okay, per the instructions, we've taken it. When it comes out of that tube, it's really clumped, and we have broken those clumps up and crumbled this dirt into more of a fine dirt. All right, we got our test tube. We took it, I took this into our home and cleaned it so it has no residue from the first test kit, from the test plot, I'm sorry, in it. All right, we have our clean water. We're going to fill with a syringe. Again, we're going to fill this to the 10 milliliter mark. Okay, we're taking our green tube lid. We're going to fill it up with soil from our reclaimed hayfield. Okay, we're going to take our pH tablet, drop it into the water. It sank to the bottom. Now we're going to take our lid, put it on till it snaps closed. You can see it starting to fall to the bottom. Okay. I'll just give it a shake. Okay. It says to invert this at least 10 times. So we will do that. We'll just keep slowly turning it. Okay, we're going to set this aside. Right there. Let it set for 1 minute or until a clear colored solution is above the soil. So we'll let it sit and we'll be right back with you in a moment with the results. Can you see the soil on the bottom? Look at the color. Okay. Let me get our chart so you can see that side by side comparison. I'd say that's definitely a 6. Our soil here on our farm is pretty consistent. That's pretty obvious that this one is a 6. Exactly what our test plot was. What do we think of this kit? The Mosser Lee Soil Master Soil Testing Kit. Well, ease of use, a 1 to 10, 1 being the pits, 10 being good, I'd give it about an 8. Pretty easy to use. When you do start testing for nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, there's an extra step you have to do for those. Use a different tablet, mix the tablet, then put it in with another tablet. A few more steps, but for pH level, super easy. No complaints. I don't know if it'll change when I do some of the other tests, but for now, what we did today, yeah, it was good. Accuracy, I'm hoping very soon to send some samples to a certified lab. And when we get those results back, we'll compare them to this, and we'll know exactly. Come back with us. We will do an update to this video on the results we got from this versus what we're going to get from a certified lab, hopefully very, very soon. Thanks for being with us here today on the farm and here in the shop. We really appreciate you as our subscribers, and if you haven't subscribed, we'd encourage you to do that. Join our YouTube family. The subscribers we've been getting, our channel is growing, and we're very grateful for you, our subscribers. You've been a blessing to us, and we really appreciate that. Thank you so much, and we pray that God blesses you and your family, and hope y'all have a fantastic day, and come back with us soon. We will compare lab results with this. God bless and have a great day.